The preseason has barely begun, and the Los Angeles Chargers are already making waves in training camp. There's a turnaround on offense, a surprising signing, a promising backfield duel, and even a big NFL name knocking on the door of SoFi Stadium. Bolts fans, if you want to understand how the team is being shaped to make history in 2025, stay until the end, because this sequence of news could completely change your expectations for the next season. If you're a fan of the most beautiful blue and gold in Los Angeles, subscribe to our channel here and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything about our favorite team. Let's get straight to the point. If you followed the Chargers last season, you know that Justin Herbert's talent shone brightly, even against the adversity. The number 10 demonstrated a composure, precision, and reading of the game that few quarterbacks can maintain under pressure. And what pressure! In 2024, Herbert was sacked 41 times, the 7th lowest mark in the entire NFL. It's no exaggeration to say that on every third down, Bolts fans held their breath, not only hoping for a conversion, but for their quarterback to simply walk away from the play in one piece. But now, in 2025, the tides seem to be shifting, and one of the people largely responsible for this new hope goes by the name of Omarion Hampton. The rookie running back is already generating buzz in his first practices. In one of the strength and explosiveness drills, Hampton annihilated a sled with such violence that the video of the moment instantly went viral on social media, being commented on by fans, analysts, and even former players. The message was clear. Herbert may finally have a true guardian by his side in the backfield. And most impressively, it's not just his strength that draws attention. Hampton possesses game vision, tactical discipline, and an aggressive mindset, traits the Chargers desperately need in someone who will act as a safety valve and human shield in critical moments. If the offensive line falters, he seems more than ready to step in and protect the franchise's star player. But Hampton won't be alone in this mission. Herbert's protection is getting a triple header. Joe Alt, the talented rookie offensive lineman who arrives with sky-high expectations, Rashawn Slater, already established as one of the league's best left tackles, and Makey Becton, who arrives at the Chargers seeking redemption and with a physique that will scare opposing defenders. Together, these three could transform Herbert's pocket into a veritable fortress. And if that happens, prepare to see an even more lethal version of our QB. But there's more. Hampton's arrival has stirred up a buzz behind the scenes, especially thanks to Najee Harris, recently signed from the Steelers. The battle between the two in training camp is already heating up and promises to be one of the most interesting to watch in the coming weeks. On one side, Hampton, the rookie who has already made his mark in practice. On the other, Harris, with plenty of experience and a desire to prove he can still be a starting right tackle on any NFL team. The result? A healthy and highly explosive competition that could give the Chargers offense the most physical and dynamic backfield in the league. And speaking of competition for space and prominence, while all eyes were on the monsters in the backfield, with the heated battle between Omarion Hampton and Najee Harris heating up every day in practice, the Chargers passing department also decided to deliver its silent but promising message. And it came in the form of a name that at first glance might not raise a fuss, but carries explosive potential: Ja'Quii Jackson. Newly signed by the Los Angeles franchise, Jackson is a wide receiver who soared in college, overcame obstacles to enter the NFL, and now, with this new opportunity, can finally show the world what he's capable of. In 2024, he was placed on injured reserve by the New England Patriots and, before that, was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Atlanta Falcons. Not glamorous at first glance, right? But when we delve deeper into his trajectory, we see a story that blends raw talent, resilience, and explosiveness. During his time at the University of California, Jackson was simply dominant. In 2022, his stats stood out: 77 receptions, 1,178 yards, and 13 touchdowns, averaging over 15 yards per reception. These numbers not only put his name on the radar, but also earned him the Division II All-American title, an honor bestowed only on the best in the country. The following year, he accepted the challenge of raising the bar and transferred to Rutgers, where he continued to demonstrate quality and consistency. He started 12 of 13 games, totaling 361 yards on 22 receptions, averaging an impressive 16.4 yards per play. And that's where the Chargers' intelligence comes in. In an offensive system that is being completely rebuilt, with a reinforced offensive line, new pieces in the running game, and a clear plan to give Justin Herbert more freedom and protection, having speedy, physical, and reliable targets will be essential to take this offense to the next level. Jackson may be just the name no one expected, but everyone needs. He arrives without the spotlight of a big contract, without the weight of a high draft pick, but with hunger, talent, and a real opportunity to make a name for himself. And we know that sometimes that's exactly what makes the difference in a unit searching for identity. Herbert is a quarterback who loves working with versatile targets and knows how to attack the middle zone, exactly where Jackson shined in college. To make room on the roster, the Chargers opted to release offensive lineman Elijah Ellis, a move that seems simple but may indicate something deeper. Complete confidence in the new offensive lineman, and also a decision to make room for a playmaker who can contribute immediately. The question now is, can Jackson become a significant player in the Chargers' offense? The answer will come in the coming weeks, but everything indicates that Coach Jim Harbaugh will give him real opportunities during the preseason. And if he capitalizes on each of them, fans could be in for a pleasant surprise for the team's receiving core. But hold on, fan, because if you think the Chargers are just mining for under-the-radar talent, just wait until you see the name that's in the franchise's plans. The turnaround that no one saw coming, but that everyone will be talking about. Yes, you read that right. One of the most expensive names of the last offseason was abruptly released and is now on the free market. We're talking about Christian Wilkins, formerly of the Miami Dolphins and until yesterday, a Las Vegas Raiders player, an elite defensive tackle who, despite coming off an injury, could completely transform the Chargers' front seven. Wilkins signed with the Raiders for 4 years and $110 million, but a behind-the-scenes dispute over his rehabilitation from a foot injury resulted in a breach of contract and the cancellation of $35 million guaranteed. It's rare to see a player of his caliber become a free agent like this out of the blue. And even rarer would be the Chargers letting this one pass. In 2023, before the injury, Wilkins had 65 tackles and 9 sacks, numbers that justified his astronomical contract. At 29, he still has gas in the tank and may be willing to sign a short, incentive-laden contract to prove he's still a dominant force in the league. It's worth remembering Poona Ford is out, and the Chargers' defensive line is in dire need of internal reinforcement. The addition of Wilkins could not only fill this void, but also raise the bar for the entire defense. Of course, care must be taken with his medical history, but if the tests are favorable, this could be the move that transforms the Bolts' defense into a true wall. The Chargers are quiet, but strategy-driven. Much has been said about the Los Angeles Chargers making little noise this offseason, but the truth is that smart, strategic moves are being made at every key position. Hampton and Harris promise a physical and explosive backfield. The arrival of Jaquay Jackson could yield much more than anyone imagined. And if Christian Wilkins dons blue and white, my friend, the defense could take an elite leap. Subscribe to our fan channel here and turn on notifications, because if everything continues at this pace, the Chargers won't just compete in 2025, they could surprise the NFL world.